Can twin babies have two different fathers? Come on, let's have it. Let's have it. Let's finally have this conversation. Come on, guys, let's have it. So, this particular question is, since people have been asking this question, even on Facebook, I have seen it severally. People ask this question, and I've actually done this particular topic on this channel once before, but not in a very, very explicit way. I actually just explained one or two things. So, as I said, this conversation is begging for answers. So, let's just have it today, once and for all. So, can twin babies, that is twins, okay, either identical or non-identical, okay, can they have two different fathers? Now, I'm going to say yes, but not for identical twins. I know that along the line in this video, you understand why I said not for identical twins, but non-identical twins can actually have two fathers, that is separate fathers. Now, I know some of you will be begging for answers like, how can a woman get pregnant at once and then the children belong to two different fathers? And that's why I said, let's have this conversation once and for all, because it's begging for answers. How a woman can have twins, those twins don't look alike. Sometimes it's not just because the children decide to look like, one person decide to look like the grandma, and one person decide to look like the grandpa, or one person decide to look like the husband, and the other person decide to look like the wife, okay? Sometimes adulterous women, yes, hear me and hear me well. Adulterous women, meaning that women that are cheating on their partners, can give birth to twin babies. And sometimes, not just adulterous women, okay? Sometimes it can happen that a woman that got raped, okay, can have twin babies from different fathers. Now, let's explain this. Before I go deep into it, I want to quickly talk about how pregnancy occurs. Okay, now, when pregnancy occurs, okay, when a woman is ovulating, during her ovulation time, her egg is being produced down from the ovaries down to the what? Ampulla in the fallopian tube. Now, when this egg is waiting in that fallopian tube, in the ampulla, okay, a particular place called ampulla, this egg is there waiting. Now, when copulation happens, that is when sex happens, okay, when sex happens and a man's sperm is being released into the woman's vagina, these sperm cells, okay, from the sperm, from this semen, will be released, okay, into the woman's cervix, because you see, the semen, okay, that thing that the man releases is called semen, not sperm, because sperm is actually a sperm cell, which I'm going to be putting pictures over here. Now, when that particular sperm cells are being released, like millions of it will be released from the man's semen, and they start swimming towards your cervix. From the cervix, they get to the fallopian tube. When they get to the fallopian tube, now any egg that is there, okay, any egg that is being produced there, the fastest will fertilize the egg. And now the fastest sperm will fertilize the egg. Now, when the fastest sperm cell fertilize that egg, the moment you touch the egg, other ones, will just move away. Other ones cannot touch. The moment one particular sperm cell touches the egg, other ones cannot penetrate again. I hope you are getting the explanation. If millions of sperm cells are being released, they will be swimming towards the fallopian tube. The moment they get to the fallopian tube, if a particular egg is being released by the woman during her ovulation, and this egg is being released at the ampulla, waiting for fertilization to occur, the moment one of those millions touch that egg and penetrate inside the sperm, inside the egg, other ones will not be able to touch that egg anymore. You know why? Because there are certain things I don't want to bore you, but there are some enzymes that will be produced around the egg that will make other sperm cells that finally swim to that particular place to die off. Okay, they won't be able to penetrate again. Now, in that case, if that particular sperm cell that entered go in there, fertilize the woman, and then fertilization had occurred, and then pregnancy had actually occurred in that process, okay? But before pregnancy will be ascertained is when that egg that is being fertilized move from that fallopian tube down to the uterus, okay? It will get to the uterus and then get attached at the endometrium, okay? The moment it's being attached, that is when you see embryo growing. You get the point. Now, in a case where a sperm cell actually swim to the fallopian tube and a woman is not ovulating, pregnancy will not occur. I'm just taking my time to explain all these things so that you understand why I said that twins can have two different fathers. So now let's come back to the main gist. Let's say now a woman, okay, a woman had sex with her husband, say her husband is Mr. A, and then maybe she had a boyfriend, and maybe a woman that is cheating, and then the boyfriend is Mr. A. So let's assume a woman had sex with her husband today, and this process I just explained, her husband's sperm cell, she was ovulating today. You know that ovulation actually happens within days, right? Yeah, ovulation is not just one day, it doesn't end one day. Maybe I will come out with another video explaining how ovulation actually occurs, okay? A woman can have sex today, get pregnant today, and get pregnant tomorrow by another man. Yes, I'm going to explain all those things in details, which I've done a video about that before in the past, but I'll still explain so that you guys can understand perfectly, okay? So, if that fertilization has occurred with the man, and then that particular embryo that has been formed is already implanted in the woman's womb, tomorrow, if this woman go and have sex again, okay? Every woman actually have two fallopian tubes, okay? Two. I'm going to show you a picture, a diagram of how our, reproductive system is for women, okay? So if the husband's son actually went to the right fallopian tube, fertilized an egg, and this woman now had sex within 24 hours again with another man, and maybe this woman actually produced two eggs, because a woman can actually ovulate in the two fallopian tubes. Eggs can be produced in the two. You get the point? It can be produced at the right and produced at the left. You get the point? So in the case of maybe her husband's own at the right was fertilized yesterday, and maybe today she went out, had sex with another man, and that man's own to fertilize the left one, two babies will be formed, because the one that is fertilized will move to the uterus, get a space and get implanted, and the other one too will move to the uterus, get a space and get implanted. Then after some weeks, the woman will notice that, okay, she had missed her period. In that process, after like 3 months, she will find out that, okay, she's pregnant, right? And she's carrying twins. After maybe they do scans, she's carrying twins. By so doing, two babies from two different men are now implanted in her. You get the point? By so doing, she'll be carrying twins that are from different fathers. And that's why sometimes you see some twins, they look totally different from even the parents that own them. You get the point? Now, also, let me tell you this for you to know. A single man can also fertilize his wife, having identical and non-identical twins. A man that's having sex, maybe your husband has sex with you today, and the other, maybe you produce two eggs at the same time from the two fallopian tubes. Your husband has sex with you today, and maybe as the sperm cells were released, some go to the the right fallopian tube, some go to the left, and also fertilize both eggs. You will still have twins that are not identical. Sometimes you see the twins, they might look alike, but they are not identical. It's still what normal. You get the point? Your husband, you can sleep with your husband today, and it will fertilize this other fallopian tube, the eggs on the fallopian tube. You can sleep with him maybe tomorrow again, he can fertilize the other one. So it is not as if every children that don't look alike does not belong to one father. There are some twins, that's why we call them fraternal twins. They are not identical, okay? They are not. They don't look alike. That does not mean that those children did not come from same father. So get this right. I'm just here to answer the question that two men can actually impregnate a woman within same period, and this woman will have twins and give birth to children, and people will be thinking that the children belong to one man. And sometimes it could be that it's a boyfriend, it could be also a rape case. You had sex with your husband today, tomorrow, God forbid, people's armed robbers saw you, raped you, and then before you know, you got pregnant, and you'll be thinking that, okay, the pregnancy is from your husband because you had sex with your husband the other day before the rape, and you kept the children, and they come out as twins. You get the point? So I believe that this thing I just explained, okay, has no answered your question, okay? But if you don't understand, you can still put it under the comment section. Tell me to come and make another detailed video explaining this, because I know that some persons might not understand this very well, but I am always here to explain better to you. But this is not to say that every twin that don't look alike belong to two different fathers. No. This is just to answer you that sometimes a woman can sleep with two different men and produce twins, because if two fallopian tubes are being fertilized at the same time, like eggs are being there, and then the fallopian tubes, produce two eggs, and then sperm cells from two different men swim to the eggs, fertilize them same time, they are going to have twins. But you see the one that, how to get identical twins, maybe that one I'll explain in a more detailed video. But identical twins actually come from one sperm cell. If that one sperm cell that I told you get to the egg in the fallopian tubes, penetrate into the egg, certain processes will occur, which I don't want to bore you with the medical terms, but when it happens, cell division will occur, and then this same egg that was fertilized will divide into two. okay, and get into the womb, divide into two, and then be implanted separately. By so doing, those twins are going to have one placenta. That's when you have twins that have, twins that they are calling identical twins. But you see, the one that are non-identical, they actually don't have one placenta. They actually have two different placentas. Get the point? So I believe that, some of you now understand this particular thing and stop asking this particular question. Okay. Anyway, guys, I believe you understood this video perfectly. Please do well to subscribe to the channel. Please do well to subscribe to the channel. Okay. Anyway, guys, kiss, kiss. Bye for now.